Series. We're here in the Commonwealth state of Virginia at Richmond. Yeah, just Richmond. I'm not sure what the rest of it is. I'm joined up here in the booth by Tiger NASCAR 1, a pretty familiar face if you were here watching the first half of last season. And I'm Captain Dead Dad. Going into the race today, who are you feeling for favorites? Let's try and stray away from Heredia and Joker.
I don't know whether that already get Joker, but is Brody back for this race? I think he could be.
Give me a minute, I can tell you. Brody seems to be back for this race, so.
I'll with Brody just because he's gone. He has pretty much nothing to lose in terms of points. He's gonna go all out for the win.
Fair enough. I definitely do feel like he could get it today, and honestly, I'm feeling Big Jim could probably get it done today. He was talking it up a lot in the JGR chat a few days ago. He was putting down, as far as I know, some pretty decent times. He was helping some of the JGR Xfinity drivers, being a crew chief, keeping them steady and whatnot today. And honestly, I feel like he's got the pace to go out here and win it today.
Yeah, I think it will definitely be hard to beat already. I think this is one of his better tracks, but hopefully we'll have a good battle here.
Hopefully it's not just gonna turn into a Joker Heredia dominated race. Who are you feeling for, like, dark horses? Who's your surprise winner for today if it happens?
Let me see the lineup. I don't really know many guys in it.
Should be able to just look in the race chat.
I would say probably AK. I think he has some speed. He just hasn't shown it to his fullest potential yet, I think. I haven't actually
Definitely. I mean,
that much.
I do race with him in a different league. I'm going to leave it unnamed, but I do race with him in a different league. He does have plenty of speed. I mean, he's possibly up there. He could definitely challenge, the likes of Heredia and Joker on a race-to-race basis. I mean, the only thing that sucks is Hennessy just does not fit his schedule super well. But I do feel like if he does race today, he could definitely be one to watch as well. Honestly, if I was really thinking about anyone to really watch, I mean, Drunkfest put on a pretty good show at where were we last week?
And actually, Ski, who was I think promoted today, he's making his first start today. So I think he's another guy to watch.
Definitely Drunkfest and Ski, both pretty. Some ones to definitely watch today. Drunkfest putting on a pretty nice show at Atlanta last week, leading a good handful of laps, and I believe getting first out of the SHR 1 through 4 in Stage 1 of Atlanta. And Ski Mask coming up from Cup, as we've had Masopes take a step down from Cup Series due to time constraints and move up who he feels is the most capable driver of taking over that 22 car of his. So we're going to definitely see a new face today, see how he fares up against everybody. So far I haven't gotten a call, or I haven't gotten something to say. Yeah. And apparently it looks like Big Jim, the 11, is on pole. He just sent a picture to the JGR chat, so Big Jim, the 11 car, is on pole today. I mean, like I said, he's definitely got plenty of speed. Yep, we can join now. Do you have an invite, or do you want me to get you one? Alright. Getting here again to reiterate, Big Jim on pole, so congrats to him. That's an extra couple points for him right there.
I think the biggest key to this track is getting into a rhythm. you have to hit that yellow line pretty. You gotta be at least really close to it, if not like on it, to have like a good time here and to be able to be fast here.
Definitely. I mean, once you can find that rhythm going around this track, you're pretty much good so long as no one gets in your way. I mean, once you're in that rhythm, you just tend to drown out everything that's happening around you, and I mean, you tend to go a little bit faster. It doesn't look like we missed anything here. Big Jim again coming to line. Brody, the 42, in second. Heredia and Joker really nowhere to be found, at least in the top 5. Actually, Heredia is top 5, just barely though. Looks like Jim's getting off to an early lead here as Brody kind of fumbles on the outside and taps the wall a little bit. Both of them able to make it down to the inside though. Jim going hard into that corner and getting a bit loose, now forced up to the outside. He's going to fight Brody hard for that position as Brody just kind of moves up and allows the 8 and the 2 and really just about everyone to get on his inside. I'm just going to find his way back down.
I think what happened to Brody there is, like I said, you have to get into a rhythm. He wasn't in that rhythm yet, I don't think, and he just missed the apron.
Brody looked really shaky going into 3 there, and 1 as well. Last lap. Jim getting into the wall, a couple of other cars as well. The 8 currently jumping up to the front and leading the race. That is a new driver. That is not Terrell, actually. So, give me a minute, I can tell you who that is. You got Yubi going around. That is... I'm not sure exactly what that was from. It might have been from either the 2 or 11, but that looked like it was just one car. No, that's a caution.
No, there was like 10 cars in there, but we saw something from the Xfinity race like that, where someone just got on the apron and spun around.
Yeah, that apron, if you get down onto it, it'll turn your car around hard. Anyway, the 8 car is no longer Terrell. Terrell's moved over to the 1. Currently it is Captain Jack moving over from where was he prior to this?
He was in the 24 cup.
Yeah, moving over from Hendrick after a pretty lengthy talks with Brody. A lot of issues with him moving over as we see both Reddy and Joker going 1 and 2 as of right now. Captain Jack taking a little step back in a 3rd, Jim on the outside. What looks like the 3 car rounding out top 5. Give me 1 second, I have to cough. Anyway, we've got Reddy jumping out too. Again, once again, a pretty early lead. Joker being stuck on the outside and getting let back in easily by Jim. I mean, that's honestly pretty close racing. I mean, they're not really giving each other a whole lot of room to mess around with and make mistakes in. I mean,
and I think part of it is that they're making a lot of mistakes. That's why they're keeping so close.
Yeah.
I see. Yeah, there's like a lot of guys who are hitting the apron, and that really wears your right rear out as well. So if we didn't have like a tire strategy, hitting the apron's not going to help that at all.
Definitely kills you a little bit as we see Big Jim getting to the outside wall coming out of 4, just coming across the line. Captain Jack no, not Captain Jack. Ghost in the 3 after making a move over from Penske from the 21. Getting on his outside for a moment, but having to drop back in. I mean, I think it's going to be a running theme here that if you're outside, you can pretty much kiss whatever positions you were trying to get or hold goodbye. I think we saw a lot of that during the Xfinity race. And I feel like if you even try to run any higher than the bottom lane, you're done.
Yeah, you just gotta be smart with it and see how they're all trying to dive into the side, because this track, you cannot fight once you're on the outside, like you said. If you get to the outside, just gotta hope that you can get in line behind the guy who's passing you.
Definitely, hopefully either try to get maybe a decent run coming out of turn 2 and hopefully get ahead of them, or just fall in behind them and hope there's a spot. That's all you really can do once you're stuck on the outside. Anyway, quick update. The top 4 have pulled away. It's still Heredia leading with Joker behind him, Captain Jack followed by Jim, and then there's a pretty lengthy gap, roughly about half a backstretch to the 2 car of, I believe that is Sharpe. Yes, that is Sharpe.
They were 3 wide for a moment for the lead, but they all cycled out to be the same spots that they were in. So.
I mean, I think I'm not going to call any of these top 3 or top, I don't know where everybody is, probably top 5 stupid. I mean, they all know if you're not in the bottom lane or if you're not the bottom car that you're pretty much screwed. I feel like all of them know that if they go any higher than the bottom lane, they're going to just end up losing more positions than they're going to get. You see Jim go hard on the inside, giving the 8 a little bit of a tap. Joker and Heredia pulling away easily. Jim leaving the door open a little bit going into 1. 2 cars going to get a pretty... Nope, not going to get a run out of turn 2.
This track's pretty hard to pass at, so I think the only way you can pass someone without them making a mistake is trying to like go up the track and getting a run. I think you can see Joker doing it a little bit. He's moving up the track.
8 car hard into the wall.
And then he's gonna cut right down and try to get the run on Heredia.
I mean, yeah, definitely. This is really all you're hoping for at this track is just the guy in front of you makes a mistake, and that's a position. It's either that or you could do, like you said, try and aim for getting a run, as we see the 2 car do here. Getting run out of 2 and being able to take that inside line from Big Jim. Holding, or taking away what is 3rd place. Yeah. But yeah, to reiterate, either wait for a mistake, do what you said, try and get that run, or you just move them out of the way if they're slower than you. I mean,
yeah, I think at this stage of the race, you need to just be patient and let them make the mistake.
Definitely. I mean, you need to be patient all throughout the race. They implemented a penalty system just for this, and it was, if you're told by race control you're being too aggressive, you will eventually have to do a drive-through if you get told 3 times. It's basically a 3 strikes, and you do a drive-through system. So, I mean, I doubt we're going to see it happen. It didn't happen for the Xfinity race. As you missed that, what happened?
Heredia just got loose and hit the wall extremely hard, and Joker's back in the lead.
Yeah. Ready, it looks like he got kind of lucky. No real damage as the 8 car kind of fumbles it a little bit. 10 powering around the outside. Getting a really big run. I believe the 88 might have just let him back by there. I think he knew what happened. There might have been a little bit of contact. That's just the 88's way of apologizing.
I don't think there was any contact. He was like 2/10 back at least.
I'm not too sure then. You don't really see that sort of generosity coming out of Joker very often, but I guess when it does happen, you just take it and don't question it, as we see Jim move back into 3rd, fighting with the 2, and not sure who else. Once I can find him.
And actually, you know what? I think he might be trying to learn Heredia's line, because I think he's gonna go for the pass now.
I definitely feel like Heredia has a little bit of the better line. The Joker just riding onto his bumper and not giving him much room to make another mistake.
Yeah. Because I think Joker could have easily passed him by now. He's just trying to learn Hardy's line for later in the race. They definitely have different lanes.
I mean, yeah, they're running roughly the same line. Which doesn't surprise me much. Joker getting in the wall just a little bit. I think they're probably about halfway through the stage. I don't know if we have a live stream.
Nope.
Might. We do. We do have a live stream. So yeah, they have 11 laps to go. Leader's coming up onto 10 laps to go now, so if Jim making a pass on the inside on Joker, if either of them can catch up to Heredia, I feel like they're going to possibly move Heredia out of the way and get that stage win. I mean, Jim's managed to force his way back up into the top 3, powering himself away from Sharpe and a few of the others. Looks like they're definitely good on fuel as well, so.
I do know that stage 2 and 3 are practically the same length, and stage 2 is about twice as long as stage 1.
Alright, hopefully I'll be able to see in the stream how long this stage was, but anyway. Heredia is still holding on the lead, and then it's Jim, Joker, the 2 of Sharpe, and the 24 of... Give me a minute. You think after all these races I'd remember. The 24 of Matt Black, moving over from from CGR 1 car in the Cup Series as we see Jim make a peek onto the inside in turn 1. Yeah. 24 of Matt Black,
right here.
rounding it out. Jim getting onto the quarter panel, onto the door of Heredia, and then finally maybe getting the pass here with a little bit of a help from Joker. Looks like Jim's got the lead. He's led that lap, and he's led a few others as well. That's definitely some major bonus points that he needed after his hiatus. He's definitely seemed to have rebounded a lot ever since he decided to come back racing.
Yeah, and Jim's not the only person who's rebounding. Brody also, we saw him have a terrible start to this race. He fell back a lot, but now he's, I believe, in 6th.
Yep, Brody currently 6th place right now. He's roughly about half a backstretch from Matt Black, his former driver, in 5th place. So I feel like Brody's pretty much got 6th on lockdown as of right now, as he's got what I believe is the 3 car behind him. Yep, he's got the 3 and the 8 car behind him, and I doubt they're going to pass him. I think CGR is just going to ride it out and go 6th through 8th. Yeah. Oh, please excuse me if I do cough into the mic. I'm not sure what happened. It's been a pretty long day. See, Jim just really pulling away from both Heredia and Joker, which is definitely a sight to see, honestly. I mean, coming into this race, he got pole by probably a decent amount of time. I'm not sure. The 10 and the 88 just really struggling right now for some reason.
Yeah, I think these guys' setups are starting to get to them now. They're pretty loose.
Definitely, leaders have 1 to go.
Those just hit the wall now.
Yep. Leaders coming out of 2. Joker getting into the wall just a little bit. Looks like Jim, so long as he has no issues around turn 4, is going to get the stage win. Not going to get the lap, or not going to lap Fluffy. But that is the stage win for Big Jim. Followed by Joker, or not Joker, Heredia, Joker, Matt Black in the 24, the 2 of Sharpe, the 42 of Brody, the 3 of Ghost, the 8 of Captain Jack, the 6 of L. Dallin, the 41 of Drunkfest, and the 48 of Riley. I believe that is top 10.
So, at the end of that stage, Shark got loose and hit McCart up the track. Maybe we'll see retaliation. I doubt it, but just
We might. I mean, that's just sometimes how it is. You get loose and you have a little bit of an incident. Typically, you won't get penalized for it, but if that other driver that was on the shit end of the stick catches you, he's going to have some words to say. As we see the 20 of color. Ugh. Moving up to first position, I'm not sure exactly what happened. Maybe he had a better pit stop. Maybe he just stayed out. Yeah, he definitely stayed out. He is going to get to lead that lap, thankfully. Color just moving over from the 38 of Roush and front row. Moving over to the JGR camp after trading big man for him. Oh, fuck. Anyway, it looks like our three main leaders have really started to pull away just a little bit. Joker struggling just a little, but both Jim and Heredia have pulled out to a 3-car gap to Joker. Joker kind of struggling to pull himself away from the 24, his teammate. That's really just keeping him attached to the rest of that pack.
Yeah, I think Big Jim, this is Big Jim's type of track. He loves short tracks. He likes Martinsville. I don't think he likes Bristol, but...
Definitely, I mean, he was... Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, he definitely likes this type of tracks. You can see it right now.
Definitely, I mean, he was talking it up on the JGR chat, like, hey, let's go out there and win this entire weekend. I mean, or not weekend, this race. Throughout the Xfinity and Cup Series. Sadly, it didn't happen in Xfinity, but right now, Jim's honestly showing what he can really do on the short tracks. I mean, he's probably a pretty big threat if he can make it all the way up to, I believe we're going to, what, Vegas for the end of the season?
We'll see.
We're going to Vegas. I mean, one second. Jesus. I typically wouldn't be this coffee. I'm not sure exactly what's happening. So we see the 41 of Drunkfest give the 8-car a little bit of a shot going into 3, moving up the track a little bit. Heredia and Jim just furthering the gap back to Joker. Ugh. Joker is still just stuck with... That is actually the 9 car, not the 24. I'm not sure why I thought it was 24. Anyway, as we move a little bit further back into the field, we got the 88, the 9, followed by the 3, the 42, the 6, the 2, the 41. Oh. It does not feel good. 41, what looks to be the 8. I could be mistaken. Once the camera gets to a decent angle. There's the 48, then the 8.
The 12, the 22, 21, 20, 18, 4, and 17.
Yeah, anyway, seems like Joker's finally managed to pull himself away from McCard. So, I don't know if he'll be able to catch himself back up to Heredia and Jim, but with his amount of speed, I definitely wouldn't be surprised to see the 3 of Ghost try and make a move for the 9, or for 4th place on the outside. He's going to make it on the backstretch. Take this inside line away from McCard here with Brody peeking into the inside of 9 a little bit, getting onto the quarter panel, getting a little bit of pull from his teammate. It looks like he's going to be able to get on the inside of the 9, but the 9's going to have a bit of a run here.
Gotta dive it in here if he's gonna make it work.
Definitely side by side. Brody giving the 9 a bit of a shot. 6 giving a bit of a shot to the 42. Well, that might have just been an accident there. I'm not sure. Right, 42 managing to take away 5th place from McCard. McCard being left pretty much all alone with no other teammates around him. Going high for some reason in turn 3, giving El Dallin and Charpe the inside line. Go back to our leaders here real quick. Take a look at them again. Jim still holding strong on that lead. I think he's pretty much found his rhythm. He's keeping Heredia at a pretty nice distance away, and again, Joker's pretty much nowhere to be found. So,
yeah,
I'm sure he's definitely proud of himself right now. Definitely a big step up from Daytona and Atlanta, or well, mainly Atlanta, where he had not gotten very many stage points, but was up there in the top 5 at the end of the day.
It looks like the gap's been staying the same this entire time with Heredia and Jim. They're definitely pulling from everybody, but their gap seems to be
definitely. I mean,
pretty much the same.
Jim might be pulling away a little bit, or Heredia might be coming a little bit closer, but they're keeping it at a pretty constant, or like a pretty, yeah, I guess constant distance away from each other. So, I think so long as Jim doesn't make any mistakes here, we can definitely go and see him sweep the stages here at Richmond. Which would be huge for points, as he's currently sitting way below where he really needs to be. He's currently down in 22nd place with 107 points over 3 races. So, these are definitely going to be very needed points for him. As we head back into the field, Joker not really able to make up a whole lot of time on Heredia and Jim, as he doesn't really have any draft to pull off of and no cars pushing behind him. The only 2 cars there are currently is just Ghost and the 42 of Brody. Both teammates.
Oh, very good.
So we see Brody make a little bit of a move on the 3. Gonna get that inside line, get up in front of him very easily, nice and cleanly. That's how teammates do it.
Yeah, Brody's just faster than, I think Joker. I could maybe contend with Heredia and Jim. We'll just have to see how his pace looks when he goes to Joker.
Definitely, I feel if Brody can catch up to Joker, he could definitely be a contestant for 3rd place, because I feel like Jim and Heredia have pretty much run away with this stage. So, we'll definitely be interesting to see if he can catch and what he does when he does. Anyway.
Well, Heredia's caught up to Jim, though.
And Heredia's made some pretty nice time on Jim, shortening down the gap to about maybe 3/4 of what it was when we were last looking at them. I mean, I don't think we see Heredia make a pass here. They've got about 53 laps, I believe, is what that just said in Fire Slayer's stream. So leaders are coming to 52 this time by, so they've definitely got some a decent amount of time left in this stage. And from what I can see, what? Go ahead.
You can go.
From what I see, I mean, the left side tires aren't wearing down a whole lot. It's really only the right sides that are the issue, which is pretty obvious with most of these being left turn tracks. I mean, we might just see a couple of bold strategies where people come down and just grab fuel and right sides.
Well, I doubt you'll see that, because pace will still be pretty far off. Like half a second to lap. The only way I see that working is if you hit with 20 to go and do that. But I don't think we're gonna get that.
Possibly that might be something to look for later in the stage when they come down through. Their second pit stop. Leaders coming with 49 to go this time. Anyway, Heredia just sticking behind Jim right now, not really trying to push the issue of the stage win right now. They've got a whole nother 2 pit stops ahead of them, maybe 1, depending on how much fuel they get. I did not catch that. And it looks like Brody has really pulled away from the 3. 3 might have made a bit of a mistake a handful of laps ago as he's dropped even further behind the 2. But Brody making up some pretty nice time on the 88 right now. I believe we're going to see him catch after this pit stop happens.
You know, colors actually surprised me. I don't think he's pitted yet at this stage. I mean, maybe he has, but he's still kind of fighting with these guys like Jack, Ruby, and Fire right now.
Yeah,
on these really old tires.
I don't think Colors pitted. We see Fire Slayer take a huge dive to the inside. Possibly just breaking loose, coming out of 4 there. Yeah, no, Color, I don't know if he has pit or not, honestly. You'd think he had to.
I don't know either. As Brody hits the wall hard.
Anyway, Jim's lengthened the gap of his lead back to what it was just probably about 20-30 laps ago. Roughly 3 or 4 car lengths, so I don't feel like we're going to see much action out of these two for a good while, honestly. Maybe later in the stage, though. See the 17 Fluffy Sacks come down pit road.
I think Jim has a looser car than Heredia. I think that's why Heredia's able to close in like he has right now. He's falling a little bit on the short run, but now his car is a lot better.
Definitely, Jim is most likely running a looser setup as he does have a wheel. That does definitely allow him to run a lot looser than some of the people on controller like Heredia. So that's possibly Jim's idea, and it might be backfiring just a little bit. He might be a little bit too loose. So see Heredia try and make a little bit of a move on the outside, but just end up dropping back a decent bit. Anyway, moving back to 3rd place, Joker still holding it strongly, but I don't think he's made up a lot, if any, time on Heredia, as Brody's just continued to close the gap on the 88 car. So I think we're going to see Brody catch here. Possibly coming out of pits, we're going to see him take over 3rd place from Joker.
It's fine to let Brody pass his Joker because he's getting screwed over on these restarts. So
definitely, as you see the 22 of Ski Mask not come down pit road, possibly just letting the cars by.
Yeah, I think that's past what he was.
Anyway, Brody is
out.
Brody is caught up to Joker. He's just riding on his bumper right now. Looks like he's going to have a bit of a run coming out of turn 4. He's not going to make the attempt to the the inside, though. He's going to continue to stay on the outside and possibly try and get a run on the backstretch. Doesn't look like it. Ready, it came down to pit. Heredia has come down to pit. Finally, Jim staying out a little bit longer. I mean, he is on wheels, so he does definitely have the ability to do that. Coming down to pit now, this time, hopefully he does not get a speeding penalty. Definitely looked a little bit close.
Yeah, he has to pit now. He can't. Oh, Heredia sped, so.
Bam. That is definitely rough for Heredia. That's probably going to put him a lap down. Joker, as we see Brody go hard into the wall. Joker and both Joker and Heredia coming down to the pits this time. Man, that's going to be huge damage for Brody. Definitely not going to get 3rd place coming out here this time, as we see the 10 of Heredia make his way out of pit road. The 11 car looks like he might have sped as well, I think.
I don't think he did. We'll see.
He was in there for a minute. I'm not sure though.
That would be crazy. But...
Yep. They're saying that Big Jim did speed going in there.
Did it? I don't think he did.
I'm
Why
not
is
sure.
already so far back?
That's coming from Fire Slayer, and I believe Reddy is far back because he actually did confirm that he did speed coming into pit road. So
I think Jim made it.
Yeah, I'm thinking Jim made it as well. As 41 of Drunkfest seems to have taken over the lead. Let me see if I can catch him real quick.
Well, Drunk's on pit road now.
Yep, coming down this time. In a minute, I'll be able to tell you who the next leader is.
Jim? What's that?
Most likely. Still 41 of Drunkfest still being scored as the leader as of right now.
That's probably Jim now.
Still Drunkfest as of right now. As far as I can see anyway. Yep. Jim now scored as the leader. I mean, I think we just see Jim walk away with the stage again. He's really got nothing but open track behind him, or in front of him.
Unless a caution comes out, it's pretty much over.
Yep, it's pretty much over. The only real cars he has to deal with is the 21 of Jackson Altman, making a move over from CGR to Penske, riding in that 21 for Misopes. So yeah, I feel like Terrell's not. Terrell's in the one car. But yeah, Jim, I think he's definitely just going to run away with this stage the same like he did in the first stage. Unless the 21 gives him any issues. But with JGR and Penske being so tight-knit between Arbales, the owner of JGR, and his former driver, Misopes, the owner of Penske right now, I feel like there's a pretty nice alliance between those two as of right now, and I think we just see Jackson move over and let Jim by.
As Brody goes in the second, passes Joker, maybe.
Yep.
Joker fights
Brody holding that inside on Joker. Gonna get it down the backstretch. I'm not sure if he repaired his damage. I mean, he came out at the same time as Joker. So I don't know if he repaired the damage on his car or not.
Looks just as fast though, so I think it's
Definitely just as fast, if not a little bit faster, honestly. Just give me a minute, I'll be able to get lap counter. That is... didn't show up.
We got a full wide tunnel in the back here with already a Ghost and Allen.
Yep. Already going, pushing that 6 car out of the high line, and being able to get himself in front of the 3 and 6 and just about everybody else that was in that little pack. Already is really taking a pretty steep drop back. I believe he's not only a lap down, but he's only about a back stretch in front of Jim right now.
Ooh, so he should be 5 seconds ahead of Jim already in terms of being impact.
Jim was able to get around that 21 car pretty easily. Again, nothing but open track ahead of him and no cars to really challenge behind him. Like I said, I think we're going to see him win the stage unless there's a caution or an accident in front of him.
How many laps do we have left?
If it pops up this time, 24 laps to go. Leader just behind, so 23 for the leader of Jim. 22 this time, actually. I believe, anyway. See Brody make a move underneath the 18 of Bobby Love, who goes way high going into turn 3. And he manages to slot himself in between Brody and Joker. As you see, possibly the 18 of Bobby Love. Hold up Joker just a little bit. Yep, Bobby Love making that move back to the outside again. Joker getting around him pretty easily.
Ski Mask is lagged out as well.
Definitely rough. I mean, he was doing great for his first race. I believe he was a top 10 driver for this race, too.
I think he would have lapped down though. So, I'm not sure how good he was doing.
I'm not sure either. We might see him possibly show up Thursday at Darlington. See how well he can do there. Anyway, Jim still holding on to that lead. He's got a good while back to Brody. So he has nothing to really worry about. Brody managing to pull himself away from Joker even more. Joker holding on to third. He's been struggling just a little bit. And I believe after Joker would come, it looks like the two of Charpe.
Yeah,
it'd be the two of Charpe, and then the 9 car of McCard, I believe.
And then it would be Heredia. That's it.
Followed by Heredia, the 8 car of
Captain Jack.
I was about to say, I've said it so many times, I've kind of forgotten. 8 car of Captain Jack, and then the 48 of Riley. Yeah, the field's just really, really spread out here. There's only real close racing here in 6th through 8th, between the 10, the 8, and the 48. With the 6 and 12 following just behind, holding on to both 9th and 10th, respectively.
I think it's going to be important for Heredia to get to the 9, just to be on the inside for the restart.
Definitely. I mean, if you're Heredia, you're either going to look to drop back behind that 8 car, or hopefully catch up to that 10, or catch up to that 9 car within the 15 laps that he has left. But doesn't seem like he's gaining a whole lot of time. That black flag really killing him just a little bit. But I believe we'll see him rebound here in the next stage.
Already just has to find his rhythm. He's out of rhythm now since he's got the black flag. It's important for him just to room for stage 3. Really,
I feel like that black flag definitely shook him up just a little bit. I mean, ever since that, he's just been a little bit slower than everybody else. Or a little bit slower in general, rather, not than everybody else. Jeez. 42 of Brody. Getting up and behind the 21 of Jackson Altman. If I can catch that real quick. Only managing to further his lead just a little bit on Joker. Not a whole lot ever since we last saw. But definitely keeping Joker at a very comfortable distance away. So Brody's got a lot of room to give and take here. Hopefully the 21 just lets him by nice and easily. Possibly into turn 1 or into 3. Brody getting up to the 21, getting on his inside, making that pass nice and easily on the 21. Currently a lapped car. I mean, all things aside, Brody has had a really good race today. Not only starting second, but currently doing actually really good in stage points right now. I believe it was, what, 4th place last stage, 2nd place this stage? As long as there's no incidents.
I think it was 5th last stage, maybe.
4th or 5th?
I think it was 5th. Maybe 7th.
I'm not sure. Yeah, no, this is a huge day for Brody, honestly. I mean, being able to race around and get himself way past one of the greats of Joker with relative ease, honestly.
And right now, the top two are both drivers who pretty much are in must-win situations if they want to get into the playoffs. So this is probably going to be a crucial race for. They're going to have to fight really hard.
Definitely both Jim and Brody in must-win situations as of right now. Both of them, I believe, in the below the top 15 for points. So they're definitely in a really hard situation as of right now. Yep, Brody currently scored 20th with 123 points, and Jim again with 107. Both of them only having 3 races under their belt.
And crucially, already has gotten into 5th in front of the car.
That's good for him. I mean, it seems like he must have gotten around the card relatively easily, I think. McCard managing to stick in his draft a little bit and just kind of ride along behind him. Hopefully holding on to what I assume is 5th place. Also, apparently a quick announcement for the Xfinity Series. The 36 Soaps is looking for a replacement driver for the 92 of JoJo. Currently, I believe, points leader in the Xfinity Series. Sadly, he has to take some time off for real-life issues. So that's definitely a pretty big loss for Masopes there. It's going to be a sad day in the Xfinity Series come Thursday.
Yeah, JoJo's definitely a really big driver from everybody, I think. But I'll be sad to not race him anymore.
Definitely not only an amazing Xfinity driver, but an amazing person overall. We wish him the best of luck with whatever he's got going on in his real life. As far as I know, he is going to stick around in Hennessy, but he's not going to be doing very many, if any, races.
But, back to the race. Stage 2 is done now.
Again, Jim coming out on top. Stage 2, Brody getting that nice 2nd place points. That's 9 for him. Followed by Joker. And it flicked through the field. See if they get grouped up. Joker, not the 21 of Jackson. The 2 of Charpe. Where are they? Where are they? 2 of Charpe. And then what is either the 10 of Heredia, followed by 9 of McCard. Keep flicking back. 48 of Riley. The 8 of
Captain Jack.
Thank you, Captain Jack. 12 of Fire Slayer, and then the 41. So used to Captain Jack being number 9.
So it looked like Brody was catching Jim at the end of the stage. Maybe Jim wasn't trying.
Definitely. I mean, either Jim was going easy because he knew he had that much of a lead to play around with, or Brody just has the better late race car. See him get off to a little bit of an awkward start. Bit laggy. Jim moving up into the high line, going into turn 1, getting a nice wide arc throughout that entire turn, not hitting that bottom yellow line at all, and getting a very nice drive off the backstretch. Joker finding himself back in 2nd place. Brody stuck on the outside with the 10 of Heredia making his way back into 3rd place, possibly getting on the inside of Joker just a little bit, followed by the 2 of Charpe, the 48 of Riley, who we haven't really seen in the top 5 at all today, and then the 9 of McCard. Man, that was a mouthful.
I think the top 3 right now are the top 3 fastest cars on the track. So
definitely Jim, once again, pulling himself far away from that pack, going way low or just lagging.
Oh, he's lagging big time.
exactly sure what happened there. Might have been him lag, it might have been stream lag. I'm not sure though, but
That
Jim...
was for me too. So, we'll see.
I'm not sure. Hopefully he doesn't have another issue like that. That could definitely really kill his race if he got sent to the back for lag issues. But it looks like he has a big enough lead right now where even if he was lagging, he should be fine.
We'll see.
Anyway, Joker dropping back into 4th place, being stuck on the outside with Charpe on his inside. 42 Brody holding on to 3rd as Heredia has made his way back up into 2nd place. Charpe going into the wall, coming out of turn 4, getting into Riley just a little bit, allowing both the 88, the 8, and the 9 past him. Check the comments real quick. Yep. Yeah, both Heredia and Brody sticking pretty close to each other. They might be making up a little bit of time on Jim, but I'm not exactly too certain. They seem to be pulling away just a little bit from Joker and the rest of that pack that he's got behind him, so definitely been a very big struggle for Joker this race after going and winning Atlanta in a somewhat dominating fashion.
I think Joker's the opposite of Jim. He really hates these types of tracks. He struggles at these, like Bristol Martinsville, he struggles there.
I mean, yeah, I mean, he says he hates really a lot of tracks. I don't think there's really a track that you can say he likes for certain. But he does seem to do an awful lot of winning at a lot of the tracks that he hates. I mean, he said he hated Sonoma, and we saw him come out and win that race pretty easily. So, not all too certain. We might see a little bit of a bold strategy from him. We might see a pretty nice rebound from him here. Or we could just see him run top 5. Definitely a bit of a slouch of a day for him. Looks like Big Jim has only furthered his lead back to Heredia and Brody. Both of them staying at a nice constant pace away from each other. The 8 car.
Heredia and Brody definitely have tighter cars. Their cars will come back in the long run. I think I've seen it time and time again. So
definitely, I feel like they are running a little bit tighter than Jim due to them being both on controllers. So, I mean, we could see them possibly catch back up to Jim within the next 20 or so laps, I would like to assume.
I don't think it'll be 20 laps, maybe 30 or 40, but...
Oh, double 20 is 40, so...
I think Brody's actually faster than Heredia right now. So.
Yeah, from what I'm actually seeing, Brody is just a little bit faster than Heredia. Brody having what I think is a little bit of damage on his nose. A bit. Looks like his front bumper's slightly crooked. I'll try and get lap counter here shortly. But yeah, no. Brody does definitely seem a little bit faster than Heredia, and he's probably the best option that both Heredia and Brody have got to catch up to Jim. But, you know, they've got roughly... I missed it. They've got 65 laps, so probably about 63 laps for the leader. So, I mean, they've definitely got about 2 stops that they'd need to make. Maybe you can stretch that into 1 stop.
Should be 1 stop. I highly doubt they'll make 2 stops.
I'm not sure. Pit strategy's never been my...
It should be the same length as stage 2, so...
Possibly. We're gonna see Brody Very nice line in 3 and 4, really hugging onto that yellow. Heredia going a little bit wider than him, though.
Yeah, I think he's going to let him by here.
Yep.
Or he's
42 Brody. Getting onto the outside willingly.
I think that's Heredia's best move, because Brody's definitely really fast.
Definitely, like I said earlier, Brody's really the one that can catch Jim as of right now. I mean, it seems like his setup is starting to come in. And I think Heredia recognizes that Brody gets into the wall just a little bit.
Oh.
88 of Joker still sitting nice in 4th place. The former teammate, Captain Jack, in the 8, behind him. Followed by that Riley in the 48. There's your top 6 as of right now. The field has really stretched itself back out, and that is not the 48, that is the 9 of McCard. Anyway. Yeah, no. I feel like possibly 20-25 laps or so, we'll see Brody back up there with Jim. Because Jim definitely seems to falter just a little bit later in the stage. He's running probably a decent bit looser than the rest of these guys since he's on a wheel. But I'm not sure.
It's going to be interesting when everyone pits, because again, this track's a little bit tough to overtake at.
Definitely. I mean, it is pretty rough. I mean, would you possibly try and go for the undercut here? Maybe pit a lap or two before the guy in front of you and try and get out. Get on those fresher tires before they do. Or would you try and get in there as late as possible?
I think Brody's only chance here is to maximize his pit entry. He's really got to gain time there.
Definitely, Brody's got probably about 2, maybe 3 or 4 seconds between himself and Jim. So he's definitely got a lot of time to make up. So depending on when and how Jim pits and when and how Brody pits, we can definitely see a lot of time made up or lost.
I would say 2 laps earlier, and he's like right there.
Definitely. I mean, I think we're going to see Jim possibly run a little bit longer than the rest of them. Because remember, back in stage 1, Jim, or not stage 1, stage 2, Jim was, I believe, the second to last person to pit. He pit 1 lap after Heredia had. So with him being on a wheel, I mean, that's a lot of stability help for Jim there. Has a lot more control over the car than someone like Brody or Heredia does. See Heredia diving to the inside, Brody taking it nice and wide going into 3. Not sure what happened there. He might have overcooked the entrance into turn 3 there.
I think Heredia's faster now. I think that's what Brody wants, is Heredia to go ahead.
It's what it seems like is both them getting to the wall just a little bit. But yeah, I feel like Brody's run out what he can of his setup, and he's just let the 10 of Heredia by, as Heredia is ready to use those tires and push as hard as he can to try and catch up to Jim. Hopefully we don't see...
I still think Brody's faster, actually, so...
Brody getting into the wall once again. Brody needs to control himself coming out of turn 2, otherwise he's going to throw away this top 2. Anyway, it looks like Joker's pulled away pretty easily from the 8 of Captain Jack, who has dropped back into 6th with the 9 of McCard in front of him. Flip through the field a little bit. Again, 9 of McCard currently in 5th, 8 of Captain Jack, followed by Sharpie. Ooh, yeah. Definitely. Both Brody and Heredia getting into the wall an awful lot coming out of turn 2. That's going to kill them a pretty good amount, honestly. They're losing probably not a whole lot of time, but a lot more than you really want to lose.
At this point, Jim just needs to be careful of pit entries. I think that's the only way he loses if he speeds on pit road.
Yeah, I mean, if Jim speeds on pit road, that'll most likely put him back in probably about 5th place with the distance that he's got to that 9 car. I mean, he's just really got to be careful here.
Oh! We almost wrecked. They saved it.
Yeah. I think Jim's probably getting close, getting ready to come down pit road. They've got about 8 laps of fuel. At least I'm pretty sure that Brody and Heredia do. I'm not sure what the case on Jim is. I don't know if he has a clutch or not. Or he might just be saving a little bit since he's got a very nice gap to play with.
Yeah, he may as well pit as long or as far out as he can. Just use his pace on the newer tires.
Definitely Brody getting on the apron just a little bit. Teasing it some. Brody and Heredia making up what looks to be a pretty decent amount of time on Jim. We're finally able to see him.
They're definitely starting the game back now.
Definitely, I think Jim's either started to pull back a little bit or they're just getting a lot faster. We are coming close to pits here.
And he's making up a lot of time. Probably 10th lap here. But this Brody is...
Hopefully Brody's really pulled away from Heredia now. I mean, we might see him get up to the bumper of Jim. I believe they've got about 5 or 6 laps of fuel left. So they're definitely going to have to pit very quickly. Definitely Brody
really loosen up as Jim hits the apron.
Yep. Jim giving the apron a little bit of tap, probably getting a little bit loose there.
And he's there.
Pretty even. Brody about 2 or 3 car lengths behind Jim, probably in the draft by now, as they both pulled away, or Brody has pulled away from Heredia. I mean, Brody can definitely undercut Jim here, or at least try to.
I think he's gonna pit in.
I do not believe he's coming in. He must have just got loose coming out of turn 2 there on the backstretch. I mean, it can definitely hurt you just a little bit if you're not careful. You will get loose and you will spin out on that backstretch if you're on the gas too early.
There goes Jim. Maybe he's gonna pit right with it.
Gonna come down into the pits. Does not look like either of them sped. Brody going a little bit fast there, but Jim definitely do not believe he got a speeding penalty there.
I gotta loosen it up now, I believe. They may as well do it distance.
See if I can get anything from the chat as the 8 of Captain Jack manages to work his way and lead a lap. And the 40... We do have one. The 48 of Riley did speed going into pit road.
Who got the better stop?
Now see here, they're both sitting, you know, one pit box ahead of the other. Both of them coming out roughly the same time. Side by side.
One of them has to
Brody, no. Jim managing to barely come out on top. Just barely, though. He's got that 42 of Brody just behind him.
Brody needs to stick right there as far as he can.
Definitely, he's got to really hold on to Jim and hope he doesn't lose his car. He's got to keep that 11 car in sight because he knows he has the speed to catch him, especially in the late runs. I'm going to be lapless for a moment as the driver for the live stream has just got a speeding penalty.
Every lap that Brody stays with Jim is going to be another lap to his advantage.
Definitely, I mean, if Brody can just stick behind Jim and not lose more than like 3 or 4 cars lengths, we can probably see Brody pretty easily get around Big Jim come a little bit later, maybe about 25 laps or so. Yeah, Heredia holding on a third again. The 48 of Riley did speed, so he's not in 4th place. That is Joker in 4th as of right now. Most likely followed by either Captain Jack or B9 of McCard. I believe it is the 8 of Captain Jack.
Yes, it is. But
anyway, Brody's still holding nice and tight on that 11 of Jim. Heredia not really making
I would start passing Jim if I was Brody. Just, you never know what adjustments Jim makes. If he tightened it up enough to...
Definitely, I mean, Jim might have tightened it up a little bit, or Brody as well. I mean, we're just really going to have to wait and see, as we've got 34 at the line for our live stream drivers, so they'll be coming with 33 this time by. Coming up to 32. They're definitely cutting it pretty close. Jim does have a bit of that advantage. He will be able to save a little bit more fuel and a little bit more tire than Brody. As Brody goes try and take a peek on the inside. The door gets shut on him.
Brody's also on a wheel and a clutch.
Really? I didn't realize that he was. Yeah, no. Yeah. Definitely very equal drivers then. Both using wheel and clutch. I mean, I don't think we see Jim pull away as easy as he has been. Yeah, they're coming up on lap traffic. It looks to be the 18 of Bobby Love. Just ahead as Brody makes a peek on the inside, going into 3. Jim fighting it on that outside. He needs to drop back and get back in line with that 42. Just give him that position. He can find it back later in the race. Brody taking over the lead from Big Jim for, I believe, the first time this race. Brody pulling away pretty easily now. It looks like his setup is finally kicked in.
Oh, he goes wide. He's in the wall.
Ooh, Brody giving that wall a nice hit, but Jim just getting right up behind him. Not sure exactly why. Definitely Jim's got to get around.
Jim has is if he passes them now, because and look at Heredia. Heredia's here.
Yep. Heredia's managed to catch his way back up to both Brody and Jim. Hopefully he doesn't play too much of a factor in either of the races as Brody teases that apron a lot, going real wide, needing to get on that brakes hard. As Jim pulls away back into the lead. Heredia looking into the inside of Jim, going to be able to get there. Heredia back into the lead now.
I think Heredia loosened up his car. It's a lot better now.
Definitely, I feel like Heredia's just made a quick adjustment. Definitely made a nice comeback ever since he sped. And then I'll be able to get the lap count. That is 25 to go, I believe, for the leaders.
These guys all put on the same laps.
Yep, they all came in about the same time. They're all most likely on the same on fuel. The only difference being Brody and Jim are on wheel and Heredia is the only one on controller. I believe we just see them run in a line for a little bit, try not to use up their car and see who makes that move first.
Jim might make it here. He's in the wall.
Heredia getting into the wall. Jim going onto the inside of Heredia. Gonna nice and easily hug that inside line.
Brody can make
Heredia
it wide.
really fighting it on that outside. Not letting Jim by just yet. I think if Heredia keeps it up, he's going to end up letting the 42 of Brody by at this rate.
This is a crucial move for all these three.
Definitely, Heredia's really fighting it on that outside. Needs
makes
to now
it
drop
work.
back in line, back in front of the 42. Jim back into the lead now.
If they keep battling like this, Joker could catch up. This could be
Definitely.
a four, maybe even 5-car battle if they keep going like this.
Definitely, if they keep it up at this rate, I mean, we could definitely see Joker easily catch up as Reddy goes back to the inside of Jim going into turn 1. Jim going a little bit wide there. Reddy getting on that inside. And
Yeah,
coming
these
out, looks
guys have
like
made
Jim's gonna,
mistakes.
yep. Jim's gonna find himself back in between the 42 and 10. I mean, it's a lot of shuffling around for all three of these cars, and it's a lot of shuffling they can't really afford. As Joker just slowly but surely creeps his way up to this lead pack.
This is one of those times where it's crucial as Jim goes wide.
Yep, Jim getting sent a little bit wide. He might have gotten a little bit of help there from the 42, but I doubt it.
That
Not
would've been
exactly
that
sure
code.
what happened.
Now Brody's released to go out after Heredia.
Yeah, Heredia pulling away pretty easily. I feel like Jim was starting to lose a little bit of speed there. And he just needed to drop back and try and find his rhythm once again.
Well, how this draft is, I think Brody's not going to give up that easily. He's pretty much already back up to the bumper.
Definitely, I don't think Brody's going to give up this fight just yet. Neither is Jim or Joker, honestly.
The Joker is pretty much in Jim's draft almost.
Yeah, he's only probably about half a second back from Jim right now.
Lap time.
1 second, I'll be able to tell you. 18, so we're probably 16 to go this time by, I believe. Yeah, definitely coming down to the wire as Reddy continues to run up in front of the lead. Brody right behind him. Jim faltering just a little bit. But, I mean, they're coming up on lap traffic now. Bobby Love in the 18, currently sitting right in front of Heredia, and then followed up in front of him by the 21 of Jackson Altman.
Yeah, these guys need to get out of the way quickly.
Definitely, I think if you're Bobby Love, you just drop to the inside of the backstretch, possibly either next lap or this lap. You just let these guys by, don't give them much issues. That's what you should do anyway. See Bobby Love get onto the outside.
Hopefully it doesn't mess up Jim at all.
Yeah, definitely gonna hurt Jim just a little bit as he wasn't able to like swing as wide as he typically does coming out of 2 as Bobby Love takes it high and wide. Going in turn 3, allowing Joker to get by with relative ease.
It's one of those times where you're going to have to use the bumper.
Definitely, I mean, Brody does have the speed, but I think if he catches up to Heredia, he just gives him a little bump and calls it a race.
See Brody trying to get the run. Jackson might impede.
Going wide just a little bit. Looks like Jackson's gonna stay out of the way. Actually, get in the way of Joker just a little bit. Hiccups. Yeah, no. I mean, Brody definitely probably a little bit faster than Heredia coming around this track.
I think it's just the drafts, honestly.
Definitely, it might just be an issue of draft.
This is part of the run where Brody
Go,
just
they've
seems to
got-
excel.
Definitely, I mean, 10 to go. It seems like both Heredia and Brody have just kind of pulled away from Jim a little bit. He's still in that little area where he could possibly win, but I'm not too certain.
Yeah, this is where Brody's going to exceed so much better than everyone else.
Definitely, Brody has really, really performed late into a run. So we might see him get around the 10 pretty easily.
Well, this could be it right
Next few
here.
laps. See him get a bit of a run going into 3. Gonna really get up onto that bumper of the 10. Not getting there just yet. Trying to peek on the outside just a little bit. I wouldn't do that, though. That's
Oh, he's
the
gonna
wrong move. 42 gonna give a nice hit to the 10 car, allowing Jim to get back into the picture. 10 still holding on to that lead. 42 getting on his quarter panel. Just for a moment, though. Gonna drop right back in behind.
He's gonna let Jim get there, I think. Oh, he's not.
Definitely, Jim's right there in that picture. It does not look like Joker's gonna catch up anytime soon. Brody gonna try and take it around the outside of the 10, trying to get this run coming off of 4.
He's got the traction compared to Heredia.
He definitely does have the traction. We could see him get a very nice run coming out of here on turn 2 as he hits the wall. Jim getting into the back of him. Heredia taking over the lead for right now.
Drive it in here. You cannot let Jim get
Don't think that's it yet. Jim getting on the inside, giving Brody nice shove. 5 to go for the leaders, I believe. Heredia still holding on to that lead. Jim right behind him. Brody third. Joker right there just behind Brody. About, not really right behind. Joker with a nice 4th right now.
Yeah, Joe Brody's got to make this move now if he's going to have any sort of chance.
4 to go for the leaders. Yeah, no, Brody has definitely got to make this move as soon as possible on Jim. If he doesn't, he can pretty much just say hello to getting 3rd place today. 3 to go at the line, I believe. Heredia pulling away very nice and easily from Jim and Brody. I think Song is Heredia doesn't make any mistakes. We can see him most likely getting the win today.
He's prone to making a special too, so.
Definitely, they've all been getting kind of loose coming out of 2. 2 to go for the leaders again. They're going to make it round 2 pretty easily. Doesn't seem to be any real issues.
He's closing.
Definitely Jim, yeah, Jim's right there behind him, and so is Brody, and then Joker's just kind of sitting there.
Oh, that must be it.
Jim going defensive on the inside. 1 to go. That does not seem like it's it.
Heredia's got to be really careful.
Definitely, Heredia is going to be... Got to be nice and easy around 3 and 4 this time.
There it is.
Yep, I believe that is it.
Yeah, there it is. Oh.
Yep. That is it. Heredia coming home with the win today after getting a speeding penalty back in stage 2. Jim coming out 2nd. Brody, after a pretty nice day, coming out 3rd. Gonna net some pretty nice points overall. Joker, 4th place. See what I can find. That I'm not sure. It might be the 48 of Riley in 4 or 5th. I'm not sure. Those 4 cars netted a pretty big gap. Yeah, no. Hopefully we can get Heredia in here.
Ooh.
And it looks like Jim coming out with fastest lap of the race. So congrats to him. And I believe today, with him finishing 2nd place, coming out with pole, that's 1, 2. He's going to have nice 60 points today. Again.
was interesting. I think maybe the top two cars that really
Definitely, I
needed to
mean,
win didn't win, so.
kind of hurt him just a little bit as we're joined by race winner and pit lane speeder, Heredia God. Pretty scary in stage 2. Saw that you
Oh,
sped.
oh yeah, it was very scary. I try to be really aggressive to make up, at least try to take the position away from Jim, but it didn't work.
Definitely.
I got messed up there.
You've been known to make some pretty bold moves coming into pit road, braking a lot later than everybody else, and still managing to stay in pit road speed. It looks like they caught you today, sadly. But coming out with the win must feel pretty nice. I mean, were you worried at all after stage 2?
Well, my mission in stage 2 was restarting the bottom. Like, I was like, up to fifth. I wanted to get to fifth, to at least have a chance at the leaders. And, it played out, and yeah. But I do want to say, I was nervous, and I was making mistakes as the leader, and Brody ran into me, and Jim, I didn't really want to hit him. It was my mistake. So my bad, Brody and Jim. Well, it was a good battle, so.
Definitely a very nice battle, actually, between you, Brody, and Jim. We're actually joined by a third-place finisher today. Jim too sick to really do something right now. But yeah, Brody, really amazing run today. You were in a must-win situation. Got some nice stage points overall and getting a third-place finish. I mean, you looked like you were definitely one to go out there for the win today. What happened?
Well, I was battling with Heredia. I had to go to the outside because he was blocking the bottom. I just, carried too much momentum coming out of turn 2 and smacked the wall, and Jim was right behind me whenever I did it, so it kind of killed his hopes too. So, congratulations to Heredia, and it was definitely a really fun battle. Heredia, I don't know how you saved that much tire, because I know you came in before both Jim and I.
Yeah, I was at 4%. I like right at the end. I was just trying to back it off. I was like, I need to back off, but not go too slow. But if I made contact with you, that's why I hit the wall. My bad.
Oh, you're good, man.
Fair enough. No hard feelings in between the 10 and the 42 today. I don't believe the 11 could feel the same. He was definitely complaining just a little bit. But I do not blame him. Going out and winning both stages. Managing to come home with second overall, 60 points in total. Tiger, do you have anything you'd like to say to Brody or Heredia?
No, not really. No.
Fair enough. Damn. Anyway. Anyway, again, Heredia,
Love
congrats. Congrats on getting the win today.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Brody.
Congrats on the win, Heredia.
And Brody, good job on getting some pretty nice points today. Definitely going to help you out. Heading towards the playoffs in about 7-8 races. I believe we're going to end it here. What?
I have a feeling you're going to see the same 3 next Thursday.
Oh, definitely. I feel we're going to see a pretty nice repeat of what we saw here today at Richmond at Darlington on Thursday. Again, I believe we're going to end it here as Tiger does not have anything to say, as we just heard him. We're going to end it here today. Be sure to catch us on Wednesday for the Truck Series. Give me a minute, I can tell you where they're going. They're going to Eldora for the Dirt Derby double headers. So that's going to be very interesting for them. That's going to probably have a couple of odd winners there, honestly. Yeah. Be sure to catch us there. 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time. We will see you guys then. Thank you for showing up. And again, congrats to Reddy who already left, and congrats to Brody. And thank you, Tiger NASCAR, for joining me in the booth. We'll see you guys Wednesday.